morning. I posted yesterday an eye look that I wanted to recreate on film today. I'm going to start with my skincare, of course, my Advanced Night Repair. That helps with hydration, anti-aging, prevention. I like it during the day because it helps keep my skin hydrated and calm. And those masks, wearing a mask for 8 hours can irritate the skin. I've been seeing a lot of customers come in with hives and pimples and maskne, and it's pretty much just from wearing a mask for 8 hours with all of our breathing, and if you have makeup on, it's kind of getting pressed into your skin. So that was my Open a Jar water cream and my Tatcha. Always with the glare. My Tatcha Silk Peony eye cream. Just before I tap this eye in, I want you to see the difference in my eye area. It just slightly, without any makeup, lessens the dark circles, and using it daily helps even more. So I'm going to start with my eyes today. I did a really cool crease cut yesterday with the Urban Decay Transformer liner. So I'm going to do that again today. Just blend my Urban Decay Shadow Potion. And now I'm going to start with, I'm actually going to start with the crease. So I'm using I'm really hooked on these peachy colors. I'm going to start with my ponytail brush, which is right in front of my face. I just don't see it. There, hiding. Ponytail brush. And I'm going to use I'm going to start with the Peach Sangria. And just work that into the crease in the corner. And like always, I'm a messy artist, so I will clean all of that up. After the fact. So now I'm going to use my little color switch to get that reddish color off of my brush. And I'm going to add some of this peach punch. I'm just blending it. Now I'm going to take my pointy Lancome, it's just in my hand, yesterday's color off of it, shadow brush, and I'm going to use the chocolate covered, and I'm going to get a more defined crease cut right there. So now I'm going to go with this brush, and I'm going to go in with the peaches and cream on my lid. And that's going to tone down all that darkness. and blend in. Same thing on the other eye. So I'm just going to blend that dark line in with my ponytail brush. All right, so I'm going to leave that like that for a second, and I'm going to move on with my concealer and foundation. Nope, I'm going to move on with my brows first. I'm going to go in with my Goof Proof from Benefit and just fill that in. Same thing over here. And this, I'm sorry to say, is probably my last day for this one. I have to remember to buy one today. This is where I get that definition. Comb that up and back. And remember, sisters, not twins, so if your brows aren't exactly the same, it's okay. And what I forgot to do the other day, and it really just adds such a pretty nice touch, the Anastasia, you can see it has a little shimmer in it. This is the Tinted Brow Gel in Brunette, and it's kind of like a gold brown, and it just lightens my brows just a little bit. So even though I've made them more defined and a little darker, it softens it a little. And it gives that natural shine that healthy hair has. So I'm going to clean up all of that mess with my creaseless concealer from Tarte. And my Sephora, where are you? You were just in my hand, my little brush, there you are. Pro Concealer, nice and flat. For around the brows especially, you want that nice flat and just get a little bit. That was the cat. Jumping onto the windowsill, not very gracefully. So you want that sharp definition, but you don't want to really see it. Same thing above. Now I have gone in with like a gold liner or a silver liner and lined there, and that actually looks pretty cool. Brow. The concealer also helps to conceal all those itty bitty little hairs that just keep coming and coming, no matter how often you tweeze and clean up. You don't want your eyeshadow to come to a point. You want to keep that nice and soft. You can see where I got the brow pencil all over my forehead when I blended it. So I'm getting excited for Halloween looks. Gives me 30 days to do crazy makeup and nobody thinks twice about it. All right, so now I am going to remember to use my Peach Perfect primer. That was from one of those little 300 point sets that they have at Sephora. When every time you spend money, you get points, and then you can use the points to redeem for samples. And they have these cute little sets for 500 points, and it's how I really try a lot of different product. Down here, pretty much just going where my makeup gets all funky. And I'm going to use the Huda today. Still on sale for $24, normally $40. Not sure why. I'm assuming that they're going to come out with something new, because usually when something goes on a permanent, it's not permanent, I don't know when it's going to come off sale, but when something goes on sale like that, in cosmetics, it's usually a sign that it's making room for something new. So that's just my speculation, though. I don't actually know that. I haven't received any communication. You can see I'm using very little foundation. This is a full coverage foundation, and if you go in with a heavy hand, it looks a little crazy. Now the Huda products are softly scented. It's a really popular line in the Middle East, and the clientele in the Middle East likes their products to smell pretty. Kind of the whole enjoying the product all the way around. Americans, we like things unscented because we're all convinced that we're allergic to fragrance. And the scent goes away after a few minutes. Still looking a little scary there. I still have some of my Tarte concealer on my hand, because that's another product, a little goes a long way. And just tapping it along my lash and in the, look at the difference. I love products that you just need a touch of. How nice is that? And let's see, I'll do some contouring today. So I have the linen, a little cheek triangle there, my nose, forehead triangle, chin, Cupid's bow. Put a little bit here. That's that between spot. You can see where my natural hollow is. That's where the dark one goes. So that's amber. There we go, right in there. And right there, I like to thin that out. So that's another little cultural difference too. Americans like that strong jawline. Other cultures do not. When I was working in the airport, I did a lot of Asian makeup. We had a really large Chinese and Korean clientele. And as an artist, a makeup artist, you have to be careful that you're not pushing your beauty ideal on other people, which is easy to do because we think that our beauty ideals are universal, and they are not. So the square jawline is very much an American Western makeup concept. Throughout Asia, the face can be described, in Korea they describe a beautiful face as like the moon, so a rounder face, and in Japan, China, a beautiful face is described as watermelon seed, so that oval but with a delicate pointy chin. So when we were discussing contouring at education seminar, we were discussing it from a Western point of view, but the majority of the students there were Chinese, actually. And there was a woman there who had a very strong jaw, which she was embarrassed by because it was not considered beautiful by her cultural standards. So we experimented with making her face softer by bringing the contouring in here. And it does indeed work. It's actually one of the reasons why I don't contour my nose. I mean, quite obviously I have a white person nose because I'm a white person. But when we talk about contouring the nose, it's usually to make it fit the standard of European beauty, which is narrower. You see a lot of people doing contour in here, which makes it look more like a white person nose. And I have a little bit of an issue with that. I think everyone should love the skin they're in and the shape of their features. I can understand if something's out of, that's my little shimmery Fenty stick. I can understand if somebody's out of proportion, or they have maybe a crooked nose or a broken nose, but those are the things that make you uniquely you. And I think this is something with the Rare Beauty launch, which is coming soon, that is emphasized. Love what makes you you, whether it's a scar or, go a little lighter in there, whether it's a scar or a wrinkle or a little bump in your nose. All right, so that is done. I'm gonna go in with my powder to set it. I'm gonna use my Peach Perfect. It smells like peaches. I'm gonna put some in the cap, and then I'm gonna use my fluffy brush, and I'm actually gonna kind of roll it in. A little bit more pressure. Rolling it in kind of presses it more, so you get a little bit better setting powder without getting too much powder, because the next step, of course, under my eyes, is to dust it off. All right, now I'm going to have some fun. I'm going to take my transformer. This is the Urban Decay. It's from the Wired collection. There's still some available. Get the foundation off my hand. So I have a little bit of a love-hate with this liner. It goes on beautifully, but when it comes off, it feels rubbery, but it comes off easily. So let's see. Zoom in. I'm gonna put my elbow solidly on something, anchor my pinky to my cheekbone, and I am going to start on the inner corner. I'm going to sketch that. And because I want it to be very smooth line, I'm going to take my eyeliner brush and just go over it. Quickly before it sets. If you notice how it skitters, that's because I'm not 22 anymore. And if you don't do that, well, your skin's just not as tight and it skitters. Go up to meet that. And from underneath as well. That skittering will be covered by filling it in. Just add a little bit more because I want enough liner there for the transformer to stick. I'm going to go all the way around today. Dry, draw the other one in. Up and around and back. And smooth it out with the little very fine angled eyeliner brush. See how it kind of rolls up as it dries? That's my love-hate relationship with this liner. Once it's there though, it'll be there all day. All right. And straight back to meet that corner. No, my eyes are not going to be symmetrical today, but that's okay. Going down and under and around. Always leave yourself enough time if you want to do fun eyeliner. Leave yourself time to play with it, because if you rush, that's when you really screw it up. All right, so it doesn't matter that that's not completely perfect, because now I'm going to go in with the other side of it, which is this cool transformer, and I'm painting over the eyeline. That's what I'm going to do underneath as well. Now be careful about getting sparkles in your eyeball. Keep it under, not over. And then same thing over here. You have to keep dipping it in to get a little bit more. We still have the gold and the pink in stock. I keep thinking about it. I don't need it. I have so much makeup. And we're about to launch the ultraviolet collection from Urban Decay, so there might be something else there that I like. All right. So now just to complete the look, I'm going to take another one from the Wired collection, and it's a beautiful blue color. And I'm going to do waterline, a little bit of tight line, and tight lining is really not about seeing where you're putting it. You're just going on that upper waterline. Actually easier to tight line if you're not looking at what you're doing. And you don't want to go inside your eye, you want to go really between the lashes. All right, mascara. Better Than Sex from Too Faced. Wiggle and roll. Yeah, I just jabbed myself in the eyeball. See how nicely this one just grabs the lashes? That's why I like this kind of a brush. I like either a fat brush or an hourglass brush. I'm not a huge fan of the narrow brushes or the rubbery brushes. Chunk off. There we go. This would be a good look for lashes, which I'm excited. I'm going to get some lashes in the mail soon. They have not yet arrived. And I'm going to use a little bit of this pinky, not really a blush color, but cheek color. Get myself a little highlight. A lot of highlight actually, because this is my third layer. And on my cheek, I'm going to put a little bit of this kind of peachy sandy color right on the apple. And to pull it all together, a little bit of this peach cobbler. And some lips. These are really soft. I have to say, it feels good on the lips. am way too lazy to do lip liner and all that. Anyway, that's crease cut graphic liner with Too Faced Peach Perfect. Thank you. Have a good day.